Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Isaac Butterfield, and I am Australia's most controversial comedian. For my entire career, I've always promised all of you that watch this channel that I would never apologise for a joke. But that ends today. I have seen the error in my ways, and I was terribly wrong in what I did. No doubt. And it's hard for me to take that on board. I'm a family man. I care deeply about the people that pay money to see my shows. And it's given me a lot of reason for introspection to look back at what I've done. And I'm just really angry with myself. I really am. I received a complaint about one of my shows, the show that was in my hometown of Newcastle just recently. And the complaint, it really showed everyone that I am a horrible, mean-spirited, ugly person. And I'm going to read it to you. But first, I want you to understand that this show, it was in disarray from the very beginning. In my hometown of Newcastle, there's a page called Newcastle Live. And what Newcastle Live does is it promotes all the shows that's happening in that town. My show was not promoted on Newcastle Live, but one of the ladies who is a contributor to Newcastle Live, a lady called Bonnie Ann, Bonnie Ann, she made a video telling everybody that they should not come to my show.
Not to be specific, but I have an anti-gig guide for you this week. There's a gig happening at the Civic Theatre, and it's not music, but it's something that you shouldn't go to. And hopefully none of you lovely people were planning on going to said gig. Believe it's happening Saturday night? And do the math. And I have nothing else to say.
Now, Bonnie, I just want to say to you, mate, you and your extremely hairy underarms, pictured here. That's interesting. I understand you're mad. I understand you're upset. I understand you don't have a sense of humor, and that's cool. A lot of people don't. But I also just want to say thank you. I posted the video you put up on your Instagram, on my Instagram and my Facebook, and I sold in the 40 minutes after I posted that video 100 extra tickets. Thanks, Bonnie. Thank you very much. Anyway, that's enough jovial shit because this video is serious. And this video is about the horrors, the atrocities, the bigotry that someone witnessed at my show. My manager, Josh, a beautiful man, he had to witness this as well. He received a complaint that was sent to the venue that was forwarded to us. And it read this. My partner and I attended the Isaac Butterfield 8 p.m. show on Saturday, the 23rd of November, 2024. We found the show extremely offensive for a number of reasons. Okay. Reason number one, the frequent use of derogatory terms. You're going to have to bleep them. And for those who have autism, cerebral palsy, and schizophrenia. I just want to say that the first two, yeah, I definitely said those. Said them more than once. But schizo, you can probably say schizo. Yeah, you don't have to bleep that. I don't think I said that. So, get your quotes right, guys. If you're going to put something in quotation marks, make sure I actually said it. And the second word, the word that starts with an S and rhymes with fantastic, I said that in reference to horrible things that people have called autistic people in the past. In fact, in Newcastle, where I'm from, there was a place called the Spastic Centre up until like the early 2000s. The Spastic Centre is now called the Cerebral Palsy Alliance. Jesus. Anyway, she, I assume she's a she, goes on. The term is personally hurtful for my partner as he has autism and an intellectual disability. I, myself, found it offensive on his behalf. What a sad fucking existence you have, being offended for other people on their behalves at comedy shows. What are you doing at my show? I do insult horrible comedy. That's what I do. That's what I find funny. What the fuck are you doing there? dickhead. I myself found it offensive on his behalf, and due to working with school children who have many disabilities, these terms used as a joke to mock by Isaac Butterfield was very upsetting and caused my partner a lot of stress. These terms are not acceptable and should not be used by anyone, let alone as a cause to mock and belittle. Okay, so you don't like a couple of the words I used. Fucking deal with it. Reason number 2, mocking those with mental health issues was bad enough. But adding jokes about suicide was not funny. It was not funny. As a person who struggled with severe depression for years and had suicidal thoughts and has been on medication daily for the past only 2 years? Come on, babe. Catch up with the rest of us. This sort of mocking not only made me very upset and hurt, but it also started to trigger my mental health and anxiety. I'm sorry you didn't feel nice after the show. That's not what I want. But also, have a quick little look into who you're going to see, bro. It's not fucking hard. Also, the suicide thing, it's a joke. All of this is jokes. What goes through a person's mind who gets easily offended before they go to a comedy show? What are they thinking about? What do they think is going to happen? Use your fucking brain. The joking about Aboriginal people was not funny or acceptable in the least. It may not be acceptable, but it was definitely funny. Example, joking about the stolen generation. Now, the stolen generation is where the Australian government at the time went in and stole kids from Aboriginal families and tried to put them with white families to make them, I don't know, give them a better life, make them more assimilated, all that shit. And that's horrible. That's atrocious. That gives generational trauma, or has given generational trauma to a lot of people. But I will still joke about it, even though it is horrible and disgusting and it was the worst time in someone's life. I will still joke about it. Does that mean I hate Aboriginal people? No. Does that mean I think it was a good thing? No. These are jokes. They're not real. Fucking wake up to yourself. This is very poor and un-Australian. But then to add the LGBTQIA plus community into it, Isaac mocked them both by saying trans Aboriginal. You can't tell the women apart from the men. They all look the same. Another quote, it's not exactly what I said, but it's sort of, that's the whole reason I got taken to the Human Rights Commission of Queensland over that joke, all right? We've all seen that joke. We've all heard that joke. It's a good joke. This sort of commentary goes against the Civic Theatre's pride-friendly appearance. Okay, so because the theatre itself, where we did the show, this beautiful theatre, I love it, in Newcastle there, the Civic Theatre, gorgeous old theatre, which I've played 4 times at this point. Because they accept gay and trans people, like everybody should, a comedian can't tell jokes about gay and trans people in a show. Okay, thanks for your complaint. Oh wait, it goes on. Reason number 4, the Port Arthur massacre and Christchurch massacres, as well as the Columbine shooting, were all mocked by Isaac in a song. That's the best quote. It's a great song, by the way. When is the loss of innocent lives through this means funny? Well, when it's in a fucking song, obviously. I get a round of applause after that song. It's very good. Now, I'd just like to say, Port Arthur massacre, didn't talk about that at all. The Christchurch massacre, yeah, I did talk about that. And the Columbine shooting, yeah, I did talk about that. And are they in the song? Well, the Christchurch massacre is not in the song, but the Columbine shooting, that's what the song's about. Again, fucking deal with it. Reason number 5, making an offensive joke about... Why did you stay for the whole show? You were so offended that you stayed for the whole show. Just go. I will refund you, you fucking idiot. Just go home. Go back to your little house that is probably been funded by the government and sit there and watch fucking reruns of, I don't know, depends where you are in the world. Spicks and Specks, 9 out of 10 Cats, or fucking Gilligan's Island. Whatever country you're fucking in and that relates to you, pick one. Anyway, making an offensive joke about Jewish people is one thing, is it? But for Isaac Butterfield to say, and I quote, I would buy a German oven to put the Jews in. No one laughed. Okay. The silence was followed by Isaac saying, lighten up your ass. Well, that does sound like something I would say. This was disgusting and disturbing to think that a joke about the Holocaust would be considered funny. Okay, well, let's just go back because I have the tape from the show. Let's see if I did say I would buy a German oven to put the Jews in. and no one laughed. Let's play the clip. Let's go to the video.
When I bought my house, the real estate agent, this lady, was trying to sell us on the fact that the oven was Italian. She said, it's this Amelia oven. It's incredible. It's a great cooker. It's such a great oven. It's the Amelia. It's Italian. I said, bitch, if I want an oven that cooks well from Europe, I'll get a fucking German. Right? If I want to fucking crisp some shit up, if I really want to burn some fries.
It sounds like you're misquoting me quite a bit in this, and the misquoting continues with reason number, are we at 5 or 6? Let's call it 6. Sounds more impressive. Isaac joked that missing girl Maddie McCann had been and left in the woods. No, I didn't. Actually, that was my opener, Ben McLennan. Go and check him out, ladies and gentlemen, at Ben McLennan. He's very funny. Go and follow him on Instagram. He had a bit about Maddie McCann being in the woods. Didn't mention the R word, but he did talk about Maddie McCann. The complaint goes on to say, and missing boy William Tyrrell was dead in Isaac's chest. Well, that just gives away the fucking joke. He also mocked about Daniel Morecambe. Daniel Morecambe was a young dude that was taken off the side of the road in Queensland, I'm pretty sure, a long time ago now, but horrible. He was killed. No, I didn't. I would go to the tape, but then I'd have to play the whole show. No, I didn't. No, I fucking didn't. I would tell you if I did. I did do the William Tyrrell joke. I just didn't do the Daniel Morecambe one. I don't have a Daniel Morecambe one. Maybe I should work on one. These were very disturbing comments and offensive, not only due to the involving missing children, but to joke about sexually abusing a child. Never joked about sexually abusing a child, but I have joked about that in the past, and I will continue to. You're just wrong, dude. You just haven't got it right. I don't know how else to say this. I think that's the final reason. She goes on to say, my partner and I were personally offended. No one cares. No one gives a shit. Deeply hurt. I do not give a flying fuck, and saddened by the show. Good. It made the rest of our night after the show very uncomfortable and not enjoyable. No one cares. If a comedian can't perform without mocking people with disabilities, mental health, and suicidal thoughts, a different race or heritage, violent events, or violence against children, are they really that funny? If you cut out all of those, I have nothing to talk about. What else can we fucking talk about? Is it not the point of a comedy show to make you laugh? Yes. And as you saw from that clip, people laugh at horrible shit. They do it all the time. If it offends on a personal level and leaves you hurt and upset, it's not comedy. No, it's something that you don't find funny because you're a fucking annoying. If you don't find it funny, don't go. How fucking difficult is that to wrap your head around? My partner and I would reconsider seeing another show at the Civic Theatre if they not only accept but promote the type of comedy like that of Isaac Butterfield. Oh, we're not going to come back. I bet you fucking will. And to the credit of the Civic Theatre, this far, they haven't done anything to say I can't come back. So I will be back. And you guys can have tickets in the front fucking row if you want them. And then we can really see how much of a piece of shit I can be. Ladies and gentlemen, comedy is comedy. It's not real life. Fucking deal with it, all right? And if you don't want to see a comedian that makes horrible jokes, mean jokes, all right, but says them with a big smile on his face, it doesn't actually mean them, then don't come and see me. Just don't. Stay home and fucking finger your cats or whatever you fucking do. Not insinuating that these people finger their cats, but they might. They probably don't, but they might. Ladies and gentlemen, be a good motherfucker. Peace in the Middle East. And if you want to see that show that this lady was so offended by, my special will be out soon. Be a good motherfucker. Peace in the Middle East. Me dick stinks. Toodaloo off. Bye-bye.